People who eat more beef have more heart disease. It's like, yeah, what else are they doing? Well, 1,000 other things. Well, how do you control for all 1,000?
We don't actually need to account for all the differences. We only need to account for variables that might impact the risks of whatever we're looking at, like heart disease. These are things like smoking, exercise, and socioeconomic status. Other behaviors, like whether or not red meat eaters are more likely to wear sunglasses, aren't really relevant here. And once researchers have that list of variables that are associated with red meat intake and may impact health outcomes, they can then conduct multivariable analyses. This helps account for the impact of those variables, and there are multiple ways that these adjustments are done. But I'll explain one of the most common ways that it's done in as simple of terms as possible. If they're looking at heart attack risk, researchers will look at how much of that risk is attributable to the confounding variables like smoking, exercise, etc. Then they'll calculate how well the red meat intake accounts for the remainder of the heart attack risk that wasn't explained by the confounders. If that association is still statistically significant, then a cause and effect relationship is plausible. This would be similar to looking at red meat intake and heart attack risk if things like smoking, exercise, and so on were kept constant between individuals. There seems to be this idea online that the researchers who literally do this stuff for a living are not aware that other variables matter, when in fact they actually go to great lengths to account for those variables. And the methodology for doing so is continuously improved upon year after year. In fact, some of the methods that are used today are far more advanced than the methods that were available when we determined that smoking causes lung cancer, which was largely based on observational research. So no, Jordan Peterson doesn't have some profound insight into these issues that researchers aren't already aware of and have largely addressed. So if you want to learn more and really nerd out on how statistical adjustments are done, I've linked a great article down below.